What's up, everybody? Welcome to the College Gamer Podcast, episode 14. I'm your host, Alex Tudor, and as always, we have four guests. Not as always, but this week we have four guests. To my left, we got Chris Harkins. How you doing, Chris?
I'm good, Alex.
Didn't ask me how I'm doing this week. That's great.
Love you.
We got a new guest with us this week, Houston Miller. How you doing, Houston?
I'm doing all right. Pretty excited to be here.
That's good. This week we got the returning guest, Will Powell. How you doing, Will?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty good. And, as always, the illustrious, the man, Logan Sowers. How you doing, Logan?
I am doing fine, thank you very much. And how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. You're the first person to ask me. Thank you very much.
I feel like a teacher's pet right now.
I know. I'm feeling pretty good. What have you guys been up to this week?
Work.
Silence? Work.
Mainly.
Work.
Yeah, school.
Yeah.
Which is work.
Yeah. How are your burns healing?
I'm looking less like a Halloween freak, but,
Whatever works.
Yeah.
Freddy Krueger?
Cool.
Just get the glove going on there.
That was my Christmas gift, was the Freddy Krueger starter kit. So, had that to look forward to.
How to Hunt People's Dreams 101.
By Houston Miller.
Chris, how you doing? You look pretty, in there, out of there?
Yeah, I mean...
You're kind of there.
The engine in my brain is just sputtering a little bit, so,
Give it some gas.
It is only Wednesday. We are recording this on an odd night of the week. We usually do this on Thursday night, but since we wanted Houston on it this week, we had to compromise and do it on Wednesday.
It's not a bad night.
It's not a bad night. There has been a lot of news this week. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get on right on down to it, because I say a lot of words, and, news. First bit of news. I don't know which one to start with. Let's go with the BioShock Infinite, Burial at Sea, Episode 2. Episode 1 came out. It was only about an hour and a half long of an episode. This episode is supposed to be more hefty, more meaty, a lot more story content. It's supposed to be the final half of the game, and it's supposed to be around 2 hours, 3 hours long. Once again, you're playing as Elizabeth. Or did you play as Elizabeth in the first one?
I don't think so, no.
Yeah. So in this one, you are playing as Elizabeth. So it is a kind of different thing. You are going back to Rapture. It's kind of cool. If you haven't played BioShock Infinite, you're really missing out.
Or the series in general.
BioShock 1 and BioShock Infinite are the best. BioShock 1, you finally finished BioShock 1. What'd you think of it?
With my choices.
Would you kindly?
I was terrible.
Would you kindly elaborate?
Yeah, so I thought I saved all the little sisters I should have, but apparently I ended up letting all the splicers up on the surface and launch nuclear missiles at everyone.
That's a bad day right
game.
there.
Oh, yeah, it's bad.
I love that game so much. BioShock is good. I prefer BioShock Infinite to it, though.
To the original.
To the original BioShock.
And
Still have to play it.
This is a new game coming out.
BioShock Infinite came out this past...
None of this new chapter.
It's DLC.
DLC, okay.
Mm-hmm. It should cost, I think, $15, $14.99 on Xbox Live and the PlayStation Network, as well as PC. All right. Well, that was a quick piece of news. Let's move on next. EverQuest Next, the upcoming MMO from Sony Online Entertainment, is officially coming to the PlayStation 4. In an AMA on Reddit, Sony Online Entertainment President John Smedley confirmed that the studio will absolutely be bringing EverQuest Next to the PlayStation 4. I'm pretty excited about this game. It's really cool because the world... Have you guys heard anything about this?
Not at all.
Yeah.
You have?
I watched the trailer, yeah.
The game, the world that the game takes place in, is ever evolving. Oh. So everything the player does changes the world. So if you eliminate a camp of goblins or something, that goblin camp won't be coming back. Or if you blow up a mountain, that mountain will be blown up forever, as long as the game keeps going on.
Does that...
Weathering effects and all that.
Does that cross between...
Servers.
Single player and,
It's MMO, so it's massively multiplayer online, all the time.
Is it just for you that changes it, or is it for...
It's everybody. It's for everyone.
Houston, you now have your opportunity to become a tyrant and destroy the world.
Yeah.
That is actually very interesting.
It's really cool. It looks like a really good game. Also, they are releasing a kind of a Minecraft kind of element to it, where you can build your own houses, build your own weapon. I don't know about weapons, but stuff like that. And I think it's called... I don't have it written down here. I think it's called Landmark. Yeah, it's EverQuest Next Landmark.
And how much will this game cost?
This game, I don't know. It's free to play.
EverQuest.
EverQuest Next is free to play,
Really?
but you might have to buy the game. It's like Planet Side 2.
It'll probably be $20, $30.
Yeah,
something like that.
it might be in-game store purchases, like if you want to buy extra experience.
So a freemium.
Yeah, freemium. Yes.
That sounds very interesting. If you could only get, apparently it's free to play, but
Yeah.
if you had to choose one game to play, and it'd be EverQuest Next, the new Witcher game that's coming out, or Destiny. You had to choose one.
Oh,
What would you choose?
Destiny, hands down.
The Witcher.
Yeah, really?
The Witcher 3, definitely.
Why?
It's
Over
gorgeous.
Destiny. Over Destiny.
I wouldn't pick it over Destiny.
Man.
Oh man.
Destiny's got the whole.
It hasn't even come out yet.
That was the
Yeah.
crown
Yeah, it
jewel.
hasn't come out yet.
It looks so cool.
But it was the crown jewel of E3 2013.
Okay, I will go with Destiny just because everybody else will be playing it, and I
Yeah.
want to play it with everybody else.
You don't want to miss out on that,
So-
like you did on everything else in middle school.
Yeah, I'm gonna be buying it in a minute. Chris, what do you think about Destiny?
I'm gonna get The Witcher.
Oh, okay. See what you.
I actually haven't looked into Destiny too much, but
You were never a Halo guy, though.
no, not at all.
That's not really Halo,
And that was me.
No.
at
This
Halo
is the
all
Halo
way.
guy. It's the
Yeah.
same people, though.
but you haven't looked into Destiny.
Not too much, but I mean I've heard good things.
I mean, it's Bungie, so you know it's gonna have in-depth story, great gameplay.
It's like single player, but with your
insane-
friends.
You know,
It's like Borderlands.
It's like single player, but at any moment,
Yeah.
anyone could pop into your game and just.
It really
Recap.
reminds me of Borderlands with like the different weapons, like the just crazy out there
Oh, yeah,
weapons,
yeah.
and the multiplayer stuff. I don't know. It's really cool.
Yeah. Thank you for. You're welcome for getting everybody off topic there.
No, it's cool. Let's move on. Let's talk about the Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. It was released this week for PS4 and Xbox One. This is the Definitive Edition, and it does look better than the PC version of the original version on Ultra
When
settings.
did that come out?
I mean, if you play this game, it is gorgeous.
And so are the hair effects.
And so are the hair
Not gonna
effects.
skip over that.
I don't know. They need to fix it. Because in the very beginning of the game, this isn't spoiling anything. Very beginning of the game, Lara Croft is hanging upside down, and her hair is perfectly in place.
Oh.
But the wind is everything. Everything's still blowing it, but it's not falling. They need to fix that.
She's upside down.
That's the
Physics
only
of
time in the
hair.
game I really ever noticed it. But
I mean, personally, the physics of hair really didn't
yeah.
bother me at all.
Yeah.
But
It looks really. It's a fun game. The review that I'm writing for it should be up this weekend.
And we will all definitely read that in depth.
Everybody should.
oh yeah,
Everybody should like it, share it.
Subscribe.
You can't. You can
Print it,
like it
share
on
it.
Facebook. Like us on Facebook.
Yes, print it, frame it,
Do everything.
selfies with it.
So look for the review this weekend. I'll be reviewing it on PS4. Next up, Skyrim. It has officially sold 20 million copies across PS3, Xbox 360, and PC. Wow.
And I have purchased 2 of those.
I've purchased
4.
5 of those.
Why would you need 5?
Sold. I bought it, sold it, bought it, sold it,
Ah.
bought it,
And never
sold it.
paid more than...
$10.
One time he got it for like 48 cents.
Yeah, I
That's
got it for
amazing.
like 48 cents.
That was a
at
good
GameStop
I
at
bought
the time.
I bought 2 retail price ones, one for PC and one for Xbox.
I rebought it finally on PS3, and I bought one on Steam this past holiday when it was like $7.50. So
Bethesda, you can thank us for all your massive sales.
yeah, you can thank me for buying it
We
6 times, something like that. God,
Yeah. All from the college gamer.
all from the college game. Yeah, 10 million of those 20 million.
Single-handedly
Yeah.
put
10
Bethesda
million.
on top.
It's interesting
Again.
you said that it was PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and PC, but you did not mention a Nintendo product, because Nintendo does not make games. It does not make systems to play games people want.
Nobody wants to work with Nintendo.
No. They're the angry rich kid on the block who has been
Right.
been there forever and no one wants to talk to him.
Skyrim has been out for 2 years, 2.5 years maybe. It's been out since November 2011. So if you put it into perspective, it's not quite the number that like
But it
Grand
kept
Theft
on
Auto
selling.
5 sold, or
Oh, Grand Theft Auto 5 is different.
yeah, and Call of Duty, but the Elder Scrolls Skyrim. I mean,
It's
Yeah.
it's huge. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, it's
it kept on selling. It didn't just sell initially and then just kind of drop off the face of the earth. It just kept selling.
But I will say that it is impressive that a single-player only game got that many copies sold. Because...
And, I mean, Legendary Edition came out, last year? Around the same time?
Yeah, the Legendary Edition came out last year.
And that was with all the DLC in it?
Mm-hmm. Great deal.
If I hadn't have bought all the DLC prior to that, I would have gotten the Legendary Edition.
I bought the Legendary Edition. It didn't really run well on the PS3, so I sold it again. I went back and bought the Standard Edition. I don't know why. It's the same game. I Yeah, it was all on one disc. But you had the option to install it.
Oh.
Right? So you didn't have to install all the DLC, so it was just the standard game. But, I don't know. It doesn't run well on Sony systems. No Bethesda game has ever run good. Yet. It might be different with the PS4 coming out.
They're
And
very,
with the
very similar.
ESO might be ridiculous.
Fallout 4 may be great.
If it happens.
It'll happen. I'm sure they're working on it now.
I doubt it'll be a sequel like 4, but it'll probably be...
No, I bet it's
They'll
gonna be
just
4.
call it
You think it'll be
Fallout.
4?
I bet it'll be 4.
Well, they can't do Fallout because it already came out on PS or PC in the, late 90s.
What? Fallout 3?
The original 2 Fallouts came out
In the 90s, yeah.
Yeah.
Fallout
on
3
PC.
didn't come out until 2008.
Also,
2000, yeah.
completely separate character design and setting. I don't know
Really?
where they got the idea for 3 and considered it the third game because
Right.
it was completely different.
Fallout 4 will be my prediction, and it's probably right on, is that it'll release on PS4. It'll be called Fallout 4, and it will be taking place in Boston.
Why Boston?
Because Bethesda people have been
Oh, they've been
cited
putting stuff in Boston for
in
years.
Boston.
Yeah. They've wanted to make a game based in Boston for
I mean, they've been walking
now.
around Boston, doing research on Boston stuff. They've been in MIT classes. I mean,
They really love Boston.
they like Boston.
They do, yeah.
They like Boston.
And I've been
Boston.
I've been following. There's a secret thing that they do with static in the backgrounds of communications. I'm listening to those, seeing if any of those come true. So,
Sure.
keep you posted. Apparently, March 14th, the Queen's supposed to die. So,
That's true.
supposed to die.
All right, let's move on.
I'm a monarchist.
Segueing from the Skyrim news, the Elder Scrolls Online, the Imperial Edition was leaked by Amazon, and then this morning was confirmed by Bethesda and ZeniMax Online.
I mean, obviously-
Cinemax.
I mean, they're not going to take that back. They can't. There's
Yeah.
pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me tell you everything that's in the Imperial Edition, because it is like a lot. You will get a 12-inch statue of Molag Bal, the game's main antagonist, a map of Tamriel, a 224-page illustrated art book / guidebook to the game, collector's steelbook casing, multiple digital items that include the ability to play as an Imperial in any alliance, a white Imperial horse, mudcrab vanity pet, and 2 rings of Mara. Now, that was when it was leaked. Now that it is officially announced, you get all that stuff, but if you pre-order the game, you will be automatically bumped up and get the Explorers Pack. And the Explorers Pack includes the ability to play any race in any alliance, which is great. The Scuttler Vanity Pet, and bonus treasure maps. If you get the Collector's Edition, the Collector's Edition is coming to all systems, but by pre-ordering it on PC, users will gain access to the game 5 days early.
No.
The prices for the games is $59.99 across all platforms for both digital and standard editions, $79.99 for the digital version on PC of the Imperial Edition, and if you want the physical edition of the Imperial Edition with the statue, the art book, blah 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 blah, it's $99.99, $100. Lots of information. Go.
What is that with tax? I'm just kidding.
Definitely not going to get it on PC.
Yeah, I'm
Whether
gonna
it's
get
5
it.
days early or not. I mean,
Yeah.
I've already played it.
Can't talk about it.
Yeah, it's true. Anyway, worth the 5-day wait to get it on Xbox One. So,
Well, 5 day to wait, but it's not even coming out to next gen consoles until
Yeah.
June.
true.
It's releasing on PC in April. So in 60,
So 2 months.
60 something
5
days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
yeah. I don't
It
know.
won't be a problem.
I'd say it's probably worth it to spend the whole $100.
The whole $100 to get the statue. Is
Totally
sick.
worth it. It's Molag Bal. He was my favorite deity in all of the
The
games.
Daedric Prince.
He's an orc.
He's like the statue is him grabbing like this human in his hands, like this soul, and he's like screaming at it. And the art book is like that. It's like really thick, and it's like intricate, and like the whole map of Tamriel. That's cool.
I mean, the map's gonna be ridiculous.
But the best part of this entire deal is the ability to play as any race in any alliance.
I mean, Dark
That
Elf,
is great.
anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I would love to play as a Dunmer. Just in anything.
Yeah.
Doesn't even matter.
I like Argonians. Okay? I like the Ebonheart Pact. Okay? They're cool. They have a dragon as their sigil.
That's where I was at.
That's really cool. But I don't want to play as them, maybe. I might want to play as the Aldemary Dominion. I'm a nerd. I'm throwing out a lot of terms that two of our people right here probably
My
don't
mind
understand.
is fried.
It's good.
Yeah. Oh, it's intense.
I'm waiting for The Witcher. Let's just put it that way.
That game's gonna
When's it gonna launch?
fall.
Fall. Oh, I thought it was spring for some reason.
I wish.
Is there anything coming out this spring?
No.
Thief.
Oh, can't. It looks actually really good.
Thief looks good.
It looks-
Thief. If you have a PlayStation system, Second Son, infamous Second Son. Plants vs Zombies: Garden Warfare.
That launched recently, right?
Chris woke up for
Infamous?
that one. Chris, speaking of Plants vs Zombies, can you tell us about that?
Oh, the new thing?
Yeah, the new news that came out for it.
Well, last week they showed some co-op split screen gameplay, which they weren't exactly clear about it, but I think that the split screen aspect of it is only available on Xbox One rather than Xbox 360, though I don't know if that means that you can't play with a friend that's, at their house and you're at your house. I don't know,
why would you want to play as split screen?
Well, I mean, if you got
Across
someone
the-
on your couch right here.
Oh, true. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I hope that's not the case because that would suck. But it looked really cool. They had some really cool modes and ways to sustain your garden and things like that. Different enemies, cool bosses.
It sounds pretty. I mean, it's a timed exclusive for Microsoft and Xbox. So it'll be coming out. It'll be coming out for PS4.
It'll arrive on PC during the summer. So I don't know when it'll hit PlayStation.
It'll probably be in PlayStation next year.
Yeah.
I can wait.
I kind of hope there's an Edward.
I mean, I'm excited for
expansion
it,
pack.
but I can wait for it.
Yes.
It's like Minecraft. PS4, PS3 just got Minecraft
Oh, we're gonna get it
last month.
We're gonna get it.
Oh, Minecraft for the PS4. I'm
gonna
getting it
happen.
day one.
You
Me
need
too.
to because we're going to
Best
spend countless
thing.
hours on it.
Oh yeah,
Ever.
I'm excited for that.
I'm not gonna buy it. Is it going to have a physical copy?
Oh yeah.
Minecraft?
It'll be physical. There's
They
there's
might
the physical
release.
one
They
for
might.
Xbox.
Well, there is for Xbox, but not for PS3.
Well, keep this
You
in
may
mind.
have to download it.
It,
but
I
I
would say
mean,
it might
Well,
not
yeah, no,
run
I
just
Keep
like
that in
Bethesda.
mind. On Xbox, it was download first, and didn't get a disc for a while.
right.
So it might be the same case.
But I mean, I'm okay with downloading it.
I downloaded it.
I don't have a
I
problem.
did too.
Dude, games downloading on the PS4 is like the fastest
Oh, yeah.
game download stuff
Yeah.
I've ever done in my life. I mean, it is like that. When I downloaded, when I download the gig patches for NBA,
And why would you play NBA?
I love NBA.
Alex loves basketball.
I love basketball.
Yeah, I know where to
It's
go
fun.
with that.
It's
He
fun.
likes playing NBA because he can't actually play
I was getting ready
basketball.
to say,
Exactly. I can't.
This came from the guy who's the shortest one in the room.
I'm a 5'5" skinny white kid. I can't play basketball.
But I
can't
play
do
as
From
a
it.
6'6"
Kentucky,
tall
of all
black.
places.
Yeah. So I mean, I can't play basketball.
Let me guess. Favorite player is Shaquille O'Neal.
No. My favorite player is James Harden of the Houston Rockets.
Yao Ming.
Houston.
Yo.
There you go.
Yo. It's so
Yao
fun.
Ming.
It's so fun to say.
Yao.
Yo.
Yeah.
Second favorite would have to be
Anthony
I don't
Davis.
know. Anthony Davis. I do like Anthony. No, my second favorite is Michael Kidd Gilchrist.
Michael Keaton
third.
is my favorite. That's what I thought you were going to say.
Michael Kidd Gilchrist is
Michael
my
Keaton
second
third.
favorite.
Batman spoilers.
So are you gonna get Elder Scrolls Online?
Oh, definitely.
You don't have a system yet. You're probably gonna get one soon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know you are.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you know.
Well, okay.
I feel like he is.
I may get it.
Oh yeah, you.
No,
Yeah,
I saw.
I'm definitely getting
yeah,
this
I'm pretty
point.
sure.
I saw it on E3 or at E3, and it was very intriguing. And hell, I may even spend the $100. Was it that we were talking about, right?
Yeah,
the
with-
Imperial package. That if it enables you to that much special
Dude.
features, that many special features, it may be
It's
worth the
incredible.
money.
Yeah.
Oh, it's totally worth the money.
It would be worth
Yes.
the money if that
Yeah.
was $100 and you didn't get anything with
It
it.
depends on if they're going to have an online subscription fee or not.
It should be free.
That was another piece of news that was released this week. PlayStation Plus, at least for PlayStation user, it hasn't been confirmed for Xbox yet. PlayStation Plus is not required to play
Oh, hallelujah!
that.
Well, I mean, we're already paying
We're-
Xbox One.
and we're
We are
already
now, too.
playing
You have to-
PlayStation
you have to
Plus
play-
because we
yeah.
get free games.
To
and
play
Yeah.
online, you have to
I mean,
Yeah.
buy
not
PlayStation Plus.
not every game,
most games.
Yeah.
though.
most games, but
Virtually, you have to.
You don't
have
need that.
PlayStation Plus. No.
so but it is $15 a month to play it anyway. You get the first 30 days for free.
Okay.
Once the game comes out, you get the first 30 days.
So you don't just buy like a $60 game and then
I mean, that would be... That
You
would,
buy a $60 game,
or $100 for that.
or if you
Or the
want to buy
$100 game.
with the statue and all that stuff.
Do it.
which if you buy that edition, you should get the play for free.
Right. If you pre-order the game, even if you get the regular 60, you get the ability to play as any race and any
Okay.
thing. I don't think an Imperial is a race in the game anyway.
Not
That's
yet.
why I don't think you would want to play as an Imperial anyway.
What is an Imperial?
It's like... Not gonna lie, and no offense to Bethesda, but it's one of the worst characters that you could play.
Yeah.
It's like
It just has a really cool
you're just
name.
you're just a white guy, just an
I'm
average
just a
Joe,
white guy.
an average Joe. You
I
have no
think-
special abilities.
I think
really.
Logan would play as a Nord.
I mean, I
could
played
s- I could
played
see
as
what's a
Dunmer
Nord?
until I
What would I
started
play
playing
as?
I could see you playing a Dark Elf.
Imperial.
Yeah.
straight up Dunmer.
I could see you playing as Khajiit. But it is a fun game. It looks like I can't say anything about it.
Oh, good.
I
So wait
can't
though.
either.
For the,
Sucks.
you buy a $60 game.
You buy the $60 game, you
So
get
you still have to pay $15 a month to play it.
after the first 30 days
Yeah.
for free.
So far, they've gone the way of World of Warcraft with
Yeah.
that. No other. That's
It-
the only other game that you pay for now
Right.
to play.
We don't know how long that might last.
Yeah, I would wait to see
People-
if they decide to
people
change their
probably-
mind about that.
Say something.
But you might want to pre-order it anyway. And
I mean-
Still $60 down the drain.
No, I mean,
No,
if
you get the
if
first
you
30
can
days
play-
for free.
and you can play single player.
you can play. No, you can't.
You can't play offline.
But you get the first 30 days for free, so you can play with everybody else. You have all that ability to play as any race
Yeah.
in any faction, right? But just don't renew your subscription.
Yeah.
Don't pay the $15 a month. And when they do go free to play, eventually, which
And just
I'm,
pick it.
It'll happen.
it's really
It's-
inevitable.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
And I give it a year at
World of-
most.
World of
most,
Warcraft
yeah.
is what, $20 a month,
No, it's $15 a month.
15.
Yeah.
I mean,
You've been checking on the prices, maybe getting back into it.
No, it's always been $15 a month. It'll never.
How much money did you spend in middle school playing that game?
I turned age 13 on my 13th birthday. I bought World of Warcraft and I played it all the way up until my junior year of high school.
So you for every month,
4 or 5 years, 6 years, 6 years total. If you want
6
to go
times 12 times 20. That's a big number. I'm not a math person, so.
Times 15, not 20.
Anyway,
Ah, true.
I'm gonna get. I'm probably gonna get it for PS4.
I don't know. Maybe I'll probably.
I don't.
wait and see how it looks
I want to get
because I want well. When's it launching?
on PS4 June,
And Destiny September.
September.
Gosh, that's
I
still in a month. I'll probably get Destiny and wait to see how the Elder Scrolls turns out.
That's probably a smart decision. It really is. You won't get the ability to play as any race anywhere, but
Yeah.
we may just kind of, if well, I don't know about you because you'll be on a different server.
Okay.
They might have it essentially.
I did the math.
Oh my
You
gosh.
spent $1,080 playing World of Warcraft.
Makes about sense. That makes a lot of sense.
You feel really bad now?
No, not
You
really.
should.
It was worth it. I got my level 80 Lich King. I win.
That's why. His
I
hair-
never
he
made
grew
it
his
to
hair
level
out.
80.
Remember
Oh
he
yeah, I
grew his
did.
hair out?
I'm lying. I made it to level 80.
He had a relapse in high school and grew his hair out. You know.
Yeah, I lost a lot of my life.
We remember that.
All right, let's
Me and
move on.
Houston were there.
True.
Let's talk about. Let's talk about.
Let's talk about it.
Dead Rising 3 is getting a 13 gig patch on Xbox One.
Why does it need a patch? Is it an upgrade or is it messed up?
13 gig.
13?
that's-
Yeah, why
that's
does it need a 13 gig
Well,
patch?
the movie's downloaded in with it too. There's a hour-long video of some sort. It looks like live action from the pictures I've seen.
Why do you need that, though?
I
Because
don't
they said
know.
so.
I think it might be like it might be like a secret DLC they've got in with it, because I mean it's a huge patch. That's huge.
Yeah, 13
That's
gigs.
enormous.
Is massive.
I've never seen
That's like
an
half a
update
game.
like that.
Right.
Actually, it might be a full game.
Yeah.
Like I mean Skyrim is only 4 gig, 5 gigs, isn't it?
But if you look at any of the next gen games, they're huge.
They're pretty big.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I don't want to go back to
What
NBA.
is Battlefield
13
for?
gigs?
30?
It's one of those smaller ones. NBA 2K14 is like 50 gigs.
That's ridiculous. It's all cloud save.
Killzone
Battlefield maybe 50
Killzone
gigs.
Shadowfall is like 49.
And you cloud save those, right?
How many gigs is
I gotta see that.
Call of Duty Ghosts? Do you
I
remember?
can't remember. It's like 40 at least.
Yeah, I mean it's huge.
And you don't save that to your hard drive, do you?
Can't check it. Okay.
Yeah, you do. You install that to your hard drive.
Battlefield.
Yeah.
There's no cloud save for you guys?
There is for your save data.
Okay, 40 gig for
That's
Battlefield.
terrible. This is a 250 gig hard drive, right?
It's 500.
Oh, well, it's...
Oh, but I
I know
have.
you bought the special edition.
Yeah, I did.
Black Flag.
I have the special edition
Really-
box up there
that's
and the
really
statue.
I mean, just look at all of them.
Really badass case
Yeah.
too, man. Feels nice.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Little
if you wanna know what's going on, Logan just discovered I bought the Assassin's Creed 4
Feel
Black
the
Flag
case.
Special
Feels
Edition
badass.
with the statue and
It
everything.
feels just like the
I've
Modern
owned
Warfare
it for
3
2 months
case.
now.
It's metal.
I
just got
I got
Modern
Modern
Warfare
Warfare 3 for the Wii.
That's sad.
I know.
It's teen. They dropped it to a teen rating. How do you do that with a Call of Duty
I
game?
played it for PS3.
What?
Yeah, Call of Duty.
Which
Modern Warfare
one?
3.
They dropped it to a teen?
on for Wii. They edited it.
Well, it's so much
Oh.
different because me and Alex played it all night on the PS3. And then I bought the game for the
Oh
Wii.
my
It's
God.
so
Give them all
different.
Nerf guns.
All right, guys, it's paintball now. Modern Warfare 3.
Oh no!
Paintball.
I got
Can you
eight.
imagine a Nerf game?
They made
A
one.
Nerf gun? Did they
do-
really?
yeah.
It's for Wii.
Yeah.
It's a Nerf. It's literally like
Oh,
a
But I'm
Nerf.
talking
Modern
like
Warfare?
next gen,
They had a
Oh,
script
a
like a
next-gen
next
Nerf
gen Nerf game.
I mean, the
Craig
Nerf game
Hastings
for
Nerf
Wii was
ball.
pretty
You
fun.
actually have to pump up the air and.
No, yeah, you actually could use. There's a special gun for that.
There was an entire
Like a whole Nerf gun came with it. Like you put your controller into it, and you actually
Wait,
have
I
to
think
load
I
it.
That's
remember
awesome.
That. I
Yeah.
remember
Isn't
that.
it? That's
That's one of the only things Nintendo ever came up with that was really good, other than the 64
And GoldenEye.
and GoldenEye. But that was
that was for the 60.
That was who? Was it EA? No, it wasn't EA Games.
Did you ever do Banjo Kazooie?
Continue, Alex.
Anyway,
So yeah, that's a pretty big patch.
that's a huge.
Everything's getting big. They're gonna have to do something.
I mean, it's gonna eat up your hard drive space.
Yeah. I mean, they're really gonna have to do something.
What do you? This is a weird off-topic kind of thing. Chris, what are you playing these days? Like when you go home from school or work, what do you play?
I mean, I turn on my PS4 for Ghosts every now and then, but I'm really burnt out on it. I really don't like it, and I really haven't been playing much of anything. I'm really just trying to figure out how I'm going to build my PC right now.
Yeah.
And
Then
download
you'll
some
start
stuff for
playing.
that once I get
Then,
in.
yeah, then I'll start playing. Same thing though with me and I play most of my games are now Steam games, like Age of Empires or War Game, Maryland Battle.
You
When
live
I
in PS4, man.
when I do play at PS4, it's usually Battlefield, and sometimes I'll pop in
PS4
Injustice and play.
with uncompleted Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, you should
Come
finish
on,
that.
man.
I'm
Come
still
on.
working
You
on
need
it.
to finish
I've
that.
never been an Assassin's Creed guy. I just got it for my birthday.
But you need.
Yeah,
To
Are you
play
a,
it.
You're a pirate guy and a monarch guy, right?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
really.
Well,
You
then play
need to
Assassin's
play it.
Creed.
Yeah.
The other day, last night, I almost popped it in and played it.
You just need to sit down, power
been-
through it.
I'm trying to
What was
100.
my
I'm trying to
official
100%
favorite
it.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed of all time.
Mine too. I'm starting to sit down and think about it, and I'm like,
Okay.
4 was just
Okay.
damn good.
On Friday,
Oh yeah.
I don't have class or work on Friday because I don't have a job.
Sit
I'm
down
going
and
to sit
play.
down and just power through that game.
Yeah.
I probably won't
you,
finish it on
I would
Friday,
say
but yeah,
you will not
but-
be able to finish it in a
No,
day.
I'll get as
No.
close as I can on Friday.
Chris, there is one PS4 game I know you need to play, and we talked about it earlier. Tomb
Battlefield?
Raider Definitive Edition.
Oh, how are
You
the,
need to play
How are
that
the
game.
tatas?
So good.
No longer pixelated and
So
square.
good.
Oh,
Nice and round.
Short. I beat it in 1
are
weekend.
they perky?
Yeah.
They got rid of
But
the bouncing cheat though. So.
It was good. It was a good experience.
That makes life so much better.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's nothing better than seeing those squares bounce up and down.
You know,
What
bouncing,
game?
bouncing cubes. Her
Talking
boobs.
about her boobs in the original Tomb Raider.
Oh.
With the you put in the Namco cheat. You get
She's not very well endowed in this game.
Oh,
I know.
They're
They
trying to
went-
make her realistic.
realistic because
It's Laura Croft. This
squares.
is Laura Croft. We don't want her to be realistic.
We want
But
to have
you're
big boobs.
but it's more of an emotional human story than
Than a boob story.
yeah.
You can have
What
an
is the
emotional human
difference?
story with big boobs.
What's the difference?
This is really turning into
Okay.
some weird sexist
Yes.
podcast.
All right.
Anyway.
By the way, the college
The
gamer
more
on Esquire.
muscular the chicks, generally the smaller
the boobs, which
You know,
is
that's kind of where this is going.
The College Gamer podcast on Esquire Network.
Hey, that's where all the video game stuff went. The Esquire Network. It used to be G4.
Really?
Yeah.
G4 got bought, didn't they?
By
They got
Esquire.
shut down by DirecTV,
Really?
Stupid.
and now it's Esquire Network.
That's
That is just not right.
Where can I watch E3 now?
The internet.
Anywhere else.
This year we had to stream it through Alex's laptop onto his TV.
That was fun.
It was.
Yeah.
We're definitely going
This
to have
year,
it again. I'm
this
sure.
year it's going to be a lot better because I can stream it through the PS4.
And we're going to make Houston this year.
You're gonna what?
If you can make it, if you can make it,
Sure.
E3
E3
we're going to have a
all
whole
day.
live stream podcast.
Although
I
it
have no
won't
idea
be.
when that is.
June 10th.
June 10th.
It
Alright, anyway,
won't
I
be
leave for
as
Disney
good.
World the next day,
that sucks.
It won't.
No.
Be
I mean, Disney World doesn't suck, but having to do the whole anyway.
and then leave.
Will is pinwheeling his hands.
Okay, yeah, let's move on. Next bit of news. PlayStation Now beta invites have started to go out to everybody. PlayStation Now, which is the classic PlayStation game streaming service.
Gaikai, correct?
Gaikai, yes. It's through cloud streaming. So
cloud.
you'll be able to play PS3 games, PS2 games, and PS1 games on your PS4, PS3, Vita, Bravia TV, smartphone, any sort of smartphone,
How-
any tablet. You'll be able to play those games.
So if I enable my PlayStation 1 to do it online, do you think I can get it? You know?
Your PlayStation 1?
Yeah.
No.
Like hook it up to a router or
There's
something.
Are they
not
going
even
to-
a connection for that.
On the games, are they going to enhance the graphics in any way?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Also, it is being rumored that PS1 and PS2 emulation may be coming to the PS4.
Really?
So you may be able to pop in your old PS1 and PS2 games and play those.
And they said it
Look at that.
wasn't backwards compatible.
It's emulation.
Yeah.
So it's not technically
So they
natively.
just scan the info on the disc and create a version of it for the.
That's cool.
It'll read the data
That's cool.
package and kind of just.
No.
Be like, oh, you
My
bought this.
question about the PlayStation Now thing
Sure.
is like I'm really wondering about the games library. Is what's
That's
going to be available?
that's the big important thing. Right
They're not
there.
going to have every game that was ever released for all those
I
systems
mean, they
day
should.
one. They should,
That would be
Eventually.
really hard.
but it's going to be
yeah.
really hard to do that. They're going to have great games on there, so you're going to have I guarantee they're going to have The Last of Us on there.
This is
day
really
one.
this is really cool for me though because there's so many games I didn't get to play for the PS3 that I would love
Right.
to play, like the Arkham series.
Right.
I'm sure they'll have.
They'll
Arkham
have
series.
those on there.
They'll probably have all the Game of the Year
Right.
games.
You didn't play The Last of Us, did you?
I did not.
He has an
That
Xbox.
really seems like your kind of game.
Yeah, I wanted to play it,
And
but
it was so
I didn't
good.
have a PS3
Oh.
during its time frame there.
Ellen
Yeah.
Page, right?
No, that was Beyond Two Souls. That's another game that will probably be released day one. I played that. It's a eh.
Eh.
Yeah, it's more of a movie than a game.
I was gonna say I watched a video.
It's more of a movie.
It looked.
But PlayStation Now, the beta invites have gone out. So if you're signed up somehow, I don't know how you signed up for it. Probably just being a PlayStation Plus subscriber. Check your email.
Definitely. Yeah.
Check your email and see if you got the
yeah.
beta invite. You'll be able to test out the streaming service, which is kind of cool. So if you are playing the beta right now, you may be playing The Last of Us on your PS4, in which case I am jealous. Because I want to play that game again.
I mean,
Again, go buy it.
Your PS3.
I do, it's right there.
well then why don't you play Last of Us?
Because I have this bad habit of trading in games after I beat them. Yeah.
It's
No,
Wait.
I'm-
Have you sold the PS4 game yet?
nope,
Really?
nope.
Chris?
Chris,
So do you pay for the service and pay for the games? or do you pay
we
for
don't know
service?
we don't know the pricing plan yet. I doubt they'll make you pay for the service and the games.
It'd probably be the games.
It'll probably just be it'll be like a Amazon Prime thing where you can go on there and you can pay for the service and get unlimited access to whatever games they say you can have unlimited access to, or you can buy individual games that you want to play.
I bet it'll be like GameFly. They'll only let you download and have a certain amount of games in a time frame.
That might be true. That might be true. I mean, there's so many things that they could do. They could do it like Netflix,
So is it like a
where they change
rental
out every
system?
game every month. you know,
Yeah.
and like you can stream. Like their hit
really
game,
don't know anything
their
at this
big
point.
game this month is, you know, I don't know, Uncharted 2.
Which
I
was an
don't know,
awful
just
game.
All of that
What?
series was
Love
bad.
that game.
I'm just kidding. I never played Uncharted. Never played.
you know, something like
games.
that.
Too many posts.
And like they have like a whole series. Like what kind of game do you want to play? An action game? Well, here's our selection of action games this month that you can play. You want to play a horror game? Well, here's our selection of horror games from
Yeah.
PS1, PS2, PS3.
That would be good. I like that better.
So it's not like an Xbox Live Arcade where you can
No.
buy the game and download
We don't know. I mean,
Yeah, we have no idea what's going on
Nothing
at this
told
point.
about it.
it's supposed to be released in June, so we have a few months to really kind of find out more information. I bet it's going to be released right on E3. That was my prediction when they announced it.
It'll be interesting with E3 this year.
E3,
because
they're going to
last-
be like, you can go get PlayStation now.
Yeah, because they
It'd be really cool if they launched it from E3.
Oh,
as
that's
the
what he's
demo.
saying.
that's
That's
what I'm
what
saying.
he's
Like,
saying. Oh, like
on E3,
literally
like at
doing
their
it.
keynote or whatever, they're like, and you know, guess what? You can get PlayStation now. Start streaming your games.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Actually, wait till after the show and do that.
Yeah, wait
So our
wait
ratings
until
don't
after the
plummet.
show. They're going to save it for very last.
E3 won't be as interesting this year, probably, but we're all waiting for new games because when the console launches, they don't have many games to play.
That's why it's going to be interesting this year.
Yeah,
Because
well-
they got all the hardware crap out of the way. Now
Last
they're
year-
like,
Golly.
here are the games that are coming out for the PS4 and Xbox One.
Hopefully we don't get any more postponements like Watch Dogs.
Probably.
I almost canceled my pre-order for that. I haven't pre-ordered. I'm
whenever it comes out.
And I'm like, I might really just cancel that and get Thief.
Worth it.
Because, I mean, I'm really not
I mean,
going to wait anymore.
You'll probably have the money for when Watch Dogs comes back out. You can pre-order it again.
I could.
I mean, it's $5 for the pre-order.
I
Or you
probably
already pay it off.
will. Because I'm that kind of guy where I say, I'm not going to do this, and then I do it.
Just don't sell it and buy it back 10 times.
Right. I don't.
Yeah.
That is my
Yeah.
vow. I'm not going to sell one PS4 game. That
Are
is
you
my
going
vow.
to trade them in?
Nope. I'm not going to sell one. Trade it
Just
in.
gonna have this huge game.
I'm going to have a
library.
huge game collection of PS4.
Nice.
He's
From
gonna
launch to
be
finish.
really broke one day and really want a new game and take like
He'll
40,
look at this
40 games in the
Giant
GameStop.
stack.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Can I sell you my soul on top of it?
Yeah, because you will not get anything from that.
I used to work there. You can get some good deals.
I took...
From your soul?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
I sold it. I
You
sold
can
bits
get-
and pieces here and there.
you can get a first-gen Xbox 360 for your soul from GameStop.
All right, let's move on.
About a month,
Next
but
piece of
you get it.
news. It's kind of sad news. Last week we talked about how Nintendo was going into...
Nintendo.
Yes, Logan. A lot of Nintendo hardships were going down.
Difficulties. Negatives.
They were pushing their sales forecast for the Wii U from like 9 million to like 2.5 million
Yeah.
by the end of the fiscal year. That's huge.
Also, I
They've lost
today
like 15
on
billion yen.
I learned this today on ABC. They decreased their sales projections for the 3DS by 4.5 million as well.
Exactly. So I mean, they're
I mean, it's not as drastic as the Wii U, but still, 4.5 million units is a lot of units.
right. And this morning, it was announced that a lot of the executives for Nintendo are going to be taking pay cuts. Nintendo president, sorry if I mispronounce this, Satoru Iwata is accepting a voluntary 50% pay cut in his salary. This cut lasts from February to June, just so they can kind of boost it.
Yeah.
How much money is he
Joining
making?
Quite a bit.
quite a bit.
Yeah.
Joining Nintendo's president, two representative directors, including Shigeru Miyamoto, the guy who made all the classic games. Pretty much all the classic games, like
Yeah.
Zelda and
All of those. Yeah.
all
Nintendo and not Donkey Kong.
Nintendo. Did you just say he
Nintendo?
made Nintendo?
I meant to say Mario.
Oh, he didn't make Mario.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
Mario
Okay.
and
Zelda.
Yeah, all those, and the original Donkey Kong too, I think.
Okay, so he made
He
everything.
made a lot.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure. He and another guy will be receiving a 30% pay cut, and the rest of the board of directors are said to be receiving a 20% pay cut.
Single-handedly, easiest way to get them out of their problems, stop catering to children as much.
Yep.
I
Create a
saw-
system and
Yes.
create games for adults like they used to with the 64. I mean, come out with, you could do a revamp of GoldenEye again, but
Perfect
make
Dark.
it for,
Yeah.
make a Nintendo 46 and put all your classic games on a new system. Upgrade everything.
But with new games, of course. Because
I mean, bring out some new stuff too, but all those old games are
Or, yeah, go ahead.
I say, I'm just kind of adding to that. That's such a great point because I feel like one reason why we've seen this huge jump is in console sales. Like, they're saying that the console sales right now for this gen was huge compared to the last one because gaming is part of our generation.
Yeah.
And as we're getting older, we have jobs, we have money, and we can buy these new consoles.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why Nintendo's not doing so well. They're going for kids who can't buy this stuff.
Right.
The one thing that they do have, though, is our generation was kind of raised with Nintendo. We know Zelda, we know Mario, stuff
but
like
we
that.
were also raised with PlayStation and Xbox.
That's a good point, though. I mean, because Nintendo's heyday was in the 80s and early 90s.
Mm-hmm.
We were born in the early 90s. You were born in the mid-90s. By the time you were born, PlayStation came out in 96, didn't it?
No, it
95.
came out in 95, yes.
95. PlayStation
Or
really,
94.
really stole a huge percentage of Nintendo's market share, from the get-go.
You know the origin of the PlayStation?
Yes. It's depressing to me still.
What is the origin of the PlayStation, Logan?
Nintendo was trying to come up with a disk drive for its Super Nintendo.
They were trying to collaborate with Sony on making this new system, and they couldn't agree on it because Nintendo kind of wanted to go more towards the cartridge, while Sony wanted to go towards the CD.
They also,
which was interesting because
they
did.
They left
for a
and they
long
went.
time.
They left and they went towards Panasonic, didn't they? To come up with a disk drive, or was it Philips, or something like that?
They didn't come up with a disk drive at all. They just did their own in-house thing.
Yeah.
That's why they came out with the Nintendo 64, which was a
So they
cartridge.
were trying to Sega CD it,
Then
but it didn't
they
work.
had the Game Boy and all of the mobile systems.
Then the
which
Sony, the
still-
PlayStation came out.
Still use cartridges.
Well, yeah.
those cartridges.
There was a court case. PlayStation took all of that stuff they've been developing and came up with a whole game system. Nintendo took them to court and lost because they pulled out of the deal.
Crazy stuff, and now
Now look at
Sony's a powerhouse.
It's the powerhouse in games.
The powerhouse.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It's such a it's a
I'm-
competing market.
It's
now.
a shared
See,
powerhouse.
the interest gaming could go to anybody,
It's a Cold
including
War.
the third-party users, because they're making games.
Right.
I mean, it's not just. I mean, everybody likes gaming. It's just kind of the way it is.
Well, like Chris said, it is part of our generation, right? And that's evident because video game and the video game industry is the fastest growing entertainment industry ever. I mean, it's the fastest growing one. It hasn't taken 20 years or 50 years to grow,
It's taken 30.
right? Look in the past 5 years, right? Where video games sold maybe 1 to 2 million copies of a certain game, and now you have
10.
Grand Theft Auto making what, $1 billion in a month? That's more than a lot of movies make.
That's a hell of a good month.
Yeah, for a video game. I mean, it is the fastest, biggest entertainment industry right now.
Yes.
Makes the most money.
And I mean,
But-
older people.
Yeah, go ahead.
Quickly, you're
Yeah, sure.
talking about third-party developers and the smaller games, which are fun, and people play the smaller games,
Indie
like on
games and all
Facebook,
that.
indie games.
Right.
But they will never replace the big games. There's room for both.
Right.
Well, I mean, where do you think all these games got their start?
Right.
It's like they were indie games to begin with, and now
But
they're the big
but
titles.
there will always be big titles like The Last of Us, and they will always have those
Right.
feature-length games, if you want to call
Right.
it that. Compare it to a movie.
Right.
But the big productions will always be there, and people want the big productions.
But there's
I mean,
always people making new
want
ones.
people want
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
They want the small indie stuff and they want the big stuff.
My point, which was a badly made point, was that the small mobile games will never completely dominate the industry.
Right. I agree
Well,
with
yeah.
that. I agree with that.
But
that's-
people
that's kind of
from
a-
the Economist, not the Economist, but like Time Magazine are always saying that no, that it's not going to completely destroy your big games.
I agree.
But that being said, I wouldn't mind seeing a portable version of the feature length games, like some way of having I mean they've got Halo Spartan Assault for
Yeah.
consoles now.
Halo's no Candy Crush though.
It needs
Oh, speaking of Candy Crush,
I've never
I think-
played it.
as a secondary kind of game, like a supplementary game.
yeah, like as a companian,
Right.
almost like a smart
yeah,
glass
companion.
type.
Like a Pokedex.
Right.
Yeah, which
Like
I
you
have
can
on my
use.
phone.
I do too. I have Siri as my Pokedex.
Siri, what is this Pokemon?
Yeah.
It is a Pikachu.
I don't know. But like you were saying, they need to stop because that's what it is. It is a huge industry. It makes a lot of money, but the people who are buying this aren't buying these child games.
Yeah, I mean, it's adults buying the games for
Can you Google something?
small
There
kids.
are 2 exceptions: Pokemon and Zelda.
Well,
Pokemon looks hard.
Going with that, we grew up with
It looks
Pokemon and with
difficult.
Zelda, so
Right.
that's something that we're gonna continue to play.
But Pokemon has
interesting.
always been a generation,
know.
like
And-
everybody can play it.
And I don't really consider it a child's game either. It
I wouldn't
seems
either.
it's very mature for its.
It's hard.
I mean, it's
That's what I just said.
hard.
I've never played,
It's a
but it looks
mature game.
difficult.
There's a lot of deep things in
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
It can get as deep as you want it
Yeah.
to be, yeah.
I don't know how connected you guys are to younger generations.
Well, my brother, but
He's
he's
in high
like
school.
he's
I have
he's in high
3
school.
younger siblings,
Right.
And from me, they've learned to like other games going forward. So my 2 younger brothers both are into Kingdom Hearts now.
Cool.
Because I
That's
play-
awesome.
That's good.
Yeah.
Also, not a child's game.
My
No, definitely not.
6th grade
Definitely
sister
not.
recently bought a 3DS and
Right.
is playing Animal Crossing and Pokemon and stuff like that.
Animal Crossing's a fun game. A lot of adults play Animal Crossing.
I could never get into it.
I've never
It's-
tried.
But the thing that
It's
we're
a
getting back to
weird game.
here is they're all 3DS games. Everybody enjoys.
I saw something about the 3DS. The
Right.
Nintendo, it was a patent infringement, and now they have to pay like $4.50 to this company for every
Yeah,
3DS
yeah.
that
I
sells.
don't.
Isn't that for the inventors of 3D technology?
the glasses
Something like that.
glasses free.
They have to pay
Something like I
royalty
don't
now
remember
because
the
of
details
port
of it.
Which
But
is-
what's really making Nintendo money at this point is the 3DS.
no one's making them.
And a lot of
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Pokemon's like the only thing
Pokemon
making
and
money.
Zelda: A Link Between
Zelda.
Worlds.
Which, no,
You didn't like that game?
the only Zelda games I liked was the original
Oh.
series.
Can you Google
Then
something?
did you
for
like
me?
Ocarina
Iwata says he
of
wants to
Time
focus
3D?
on children.
I didn't play the 3D version of it.
Yeah, see, they
I saw that
remade
something
it
about
and
it
it's
today.
really
They
nice.
actually want to focus more on children.
I really like the way that the originals
don't-
were
Because
done.
I mean, I could have read that completely wrong, but I swear I saw that today. That they want to focus more on children.
They need to stop that.
I know everyone else.
I mean-
everyone's been saying they need to move on.
I mean, it's great
Okay.
that you're catering to kids because kids will nag their parents into getting them game systems and stuff. Like, oh, this looks really cool, mommy. But I mean, if they're not gonna play it and invest in it, then it's just an empty sell.
Here's the
There's
It's
thing,
just
just-
simply
though.
not as effective as going for the people that have the money.
that have the
and are
money
interested.
and are interested in the games.
You don't want.
They tried doing that with the Wii U with Zombie U. Zombie U sucks.
Zombie U?
It's like a first-person zombie game. It sucks.
So basically, Nintendo needs to cut out the middleman and go straight for the parent.
Well, no. Here's another thing. Nobody wants to work with Nintendo.
Not now.
EA has already come out and said they're not making any games for a Nintendo system. They're
Doesn't
just
EA do
not.
Call
Well,
of Duty?
EA
Not
is,
right
Activision
now.
does.
isn't EA now?
Yes, it's Battlefield.
Or is that
Yeah.
ES? Isn't EA? No, never mind. I'm off base.
What?
ESPN is the one connected to Xbox One now, exclusive.
ESPN.
I thought it was EA, but it's ESPN. Yeah, ESPN is exclusively
What do they
connected
make?
to
What
Xbox.
kind of games do they make?
ESPN? It's the
The Entertainment Sports Network.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
No, which titles? Like they don't do FIFA, do they? Or
I mean they're
No, they're-
it's just a thing
A
that's
TV
exclusive.
thing.
Yeah. You can't get it on PlayStation or
oh, okay, yeah.
I was thinking it was
Which-
EA, but it's ESPN.
Which really,
Doesn't
all the
play.
TV deals that Xbox has and everything.
Actually the Snap feature
Snap feature's pretty cool.
with ESPN being able to update all of your, like if you play fantasy football,
Mm.
updates all your rosters for you during the games.
That's cool.
Like
That's
live
that's
streams it.
pretty cool. That is pretty cool.
yeah.
Hmm.
Again, they went for different ideas. Sony was the pure gaming console.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we went Xbox.
Entertainment.
I say we.
It
But
was the multi-role. You can say we.
yeah, they went into the more entertainment generalized
It'll
way
be interesting to see
With-
who comes out on top here.
with a strong focus in gaming, but it's not their main focus.
Right. Because right now, I mean, all the big news coming out of Xbox. I don't know why we're off topic, but I don't care.
Yeah.
The main thing with Xbox right now is a lot of the big news is what's his name? Cliff Bleszinski? No, that's the Halo. That's
Mike
the Gears of War
Wazowski.
guy.
Yeah.
No, I'm thinking. I'm thinking of who's
That's
the
a sad
guy
movie.
who made District 9.
Neil Blomkamp,
Yeah, he's being rumored to
How do you
be
remember
directing
that
Steven
Halo,
Halo.
Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, Steven Spielberg
Not
Halo TV series. It's not true. It's a rumor.
I mean,
but-
the new Blomkamp part is Steven Spielberg is signed on for
yeah,
it.
yeah.
But
Which
if they,
is interesting.
what would make me really happy is if Neil Blomkamp would suck it up and stop making all these games that are almost the exact story of Halo,
Right.
like Elysium and District 9, and just make a Halo movie and just stop
Or
being
they-
like, hey guys, look what I could do, but I'm not going to because I'm rude.
Or he really could be signed on for this Halo thing.
That'd be nice. I mean, I watched Forward Unto Dawn, and a Halo movie would be,
Mind blowing.
yeah. I mean, Forward Unto Dawn itself was not based on Spartans. It was based on ODSTs. Still a great piece
See,
of film.
that Xbox is really just focusing on the TV stuff.
I mean,
Like they're becoming a
They're-
TV.
they're trying to keep you from having to have all of this stuff on your like on your desks and stuff. Like you won't need
Can you hook up cable
a
through
DVD
it?
player. Yeah, you can run your cable through it. You can run your dish, anything.
I was
through
gonna
it.
say, because I mean that makes it's
Yeah.
kind of nice.
Yeah.
You won't need anything but the Xbox One. You won't need
Trying
need
to
your
take
routers.
over.
You won't need.
And live is watching you all the time. Or not live.
You can
Connect,
see.
connect,
You can
watch you
actually
all the
you can
time.
switch it off.
Yeah.
And there's third party companies making covers. You can just sit on top of it looks like a butter dish. Just sit right on top of your.
Does it monitor noises too? Can it like hear you?
Well, I mean, yeah, but it's like soundproofed and
Oh, that's good.
yeah.
That's good.
I'll probably. Chris was saying this the other day. He said I need to get an Xbox. I will eventually get an Xbox One.
You should. We could do Let's Plays.
I just.
Or you can get a PS4. We could play something else
I
together.
don't like the controls.
Oh.
Anyway,
We're gonna start doing Let's Play.
should.
Actually, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be
It's
starting a YouTube channel here shortly.
You're
Where
gonna
we're
get
gonna
to
be
see all-
playing a lot of games. Look at our page later for that because we have no details. Like, yeah, on that yet.
Chris is
But-
really excited.
Spoilers.
Chris is excited for it. I'm
very
excited.
excited.
I'm really
I
excited
have
for it.
tons of ideas in my book, so
Let's not divulge
It's a
that
big book.
right just yet because we don't
Spoilers.
have any.
Wow.
Spoiler
I'm
alert!
not going to give any spoilers.
Spoilers!
What I asked you to look up.
Oh yes, I
Is that
found an
true?
article. I found an article on DualShockers.com.
I like the way that sounds.
Dual Shocker.
It's
And
okay.
it says,
Shocker.
What?
let's see.
Yes. Yeah.
One of the problems of the current generation is that the company wasn't successful enough in attracting the youngest areas of its target customer base. In quotes, the president of Nintendo says, "We haven't been targeting children enough."
They're sunk. They're
They need
gone.
to stop targeting
Nintendo
children.
is
That
expected to
sounds
give
bad.
more information on its strategy to increase its efficiency of the business of the medium and long-term in corporate management in a briefing held tomorrow.
Terrible.
Terrible. That's
See-
awful.
It is terrible. It is
See-
absolutely awful.
What I'm saying is, your generation, and kind of my generation too, we might be like raised with video games, but the younger generations are raised with technology. So they deeply understand it in ways that we can't even comprehend.
Right.
So targeting them is something that is not really being done with Microsoft and Sony. And so that's where Nintendo's going to make money.
But
But
the
those
thing
kids are playing the games that
Yeah.
they're playing
I mean,
too.
get
Yeah.
on Call of Duty
6-year-olds are
right
playing.
now,
Yeah,
and you'll
Gears
hear
of
little
War.
kids
But, you
running
know,
around.
saying
Like
fuck you and all stuff.
the first console game I played was Halo. I mean,
Right.
granted, I shouldn't have been playing it at the age I started playing it because I mean,
But they're going to.
but yeah, I mean, it's going to happen.
Right.
So it really doesn't matter about the ESRB ratings anymore so
Right.
much as what are people interested in.
Like-
If you're just making games that are like, oh, happy all the time, good endings, and everything's perfect in the world, people aren't going to want to play it because that's not life. People want games to be like not like their lives, but
Right.
like
Interesting. They want games that are interesting.
Well-
yeah, not always a happy ending either.
Last podcast, we were talking about something kind of like this. Nick said how I wouldn't let him
Oh.
play my version of Grand Theft Auto 5. Because as a brother, I personally, mentally, could not let my younger brother play this game. Because, I mean, I don't care if he goes play it on his own time.
She's not going to play your game.
I can't
You can't
allow
it
myself
to let him play
to
Yeah.
do that. I would feel bad.
I mean, that game is not for kids.
No, it's
it was
not.
not
They're
designed.
playing
It was not designed for kids.
Nope.
I mean, the whole series was not created for kids.
And then I see like these vines and YouTube videos of all these like 8-year-olds
playing the game.
like their parents bought it and they're like freaking out that they got Grand Theft Auto 5 because they couldn't believe their parents actually bought it for them.
Yeah, be like, hey guys, I asked for this for
But that
Christmas,
shows
and-
you how out of touch older people are
they probably,
with
a
video
lot of
games.
parents probably
And
just don't
that's
care.
why our
Yes,
kids are gonna
exactly,
hate
exactly.
us.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think-
Hopefully, I don't know,
See,
maybe.
I'm not gonna let my kid play Grand Theft Auto.
I mean, I would.
I'm not just not going to.
I don't know.
I think I would stagger it. I'd start them out at a game that.
It depends on
Let's
the
not go
age.
with Call of
If they're
Duty,
14, I'll let
Gears
them
of
play it.
War. And
Yeah,
I'll let
I mean,
them play Grand Theft Auto.
I give them the games that I would have liked to have played at certain ages in my life.
If I play it with them.
Like, start with Halo, because
that-
it's not that bloody, it's
Yeah.
not gory, the
My
language
brother
isn't
plays
foul.
the original Halo
And just,
on the Xbox.
I still play it. I still play Fable, too.
Like, okay. I won't say any names, but an old coworker of
Your dad.
my mom.
Your mom. What's wrong?
Her daughter played The Last of Us.
Jeez.
And she's like maybe 9,
Are you serious?
maybe 10.
Great.
I won't say any names, but she played. Or was she a coworker of my mom? I don't remember. Anyway, this younger kid played it. And I mean, it played The Last of Us. And if you know anything about The Last of Us,
It's
I mean, if you understand the themes in that game, without I can't spoil. I won't spoil anything. But if you understand the themes in that game, the biggest threat in that game is other people, humans, and just their animalistic tendencies.
The good
when
thing
they get
about little
desperate.
kids are
And
they
it's-
might not understand that that's the theme. They might just think I'm killing people.
It's literally the
True.
only game
But
within.
that's not a good way to raise children.
It's
though.
not.
just
I'm
killing
people.
It's not. But they're not going to understand why they're
What the
evil.
point
That
of
they're
the
just
killing
evil.
is.
They're just killing evil.
Right. Chris, how do you feel on this?
Should kids be able to play super violent games or mature games?
Like-
I like what Houston said just a second
Yeah.
ago. I'm really agreeing with the things that you're saying. I'm glad that you're here.
he's a 360. So
He,
you guys
um,
kind of.
He said, I would only let my kids play games that I would have liked to play at that age. And I would still evaluate how appropriate that game is.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
And
Because, I mean, that doesn't exactly always work
See-
because maybe I was 10 years old and wanted to play the most sexually,
Chris, if we know you,
explicit-
Laser
Yeah.
shoot.
We know you
Laser
would-
shoot.
Laser Suit Larry?
Suit
There you
Larry.
go.
Yeah.
Or
Leisure
Rumble Roses
Suit
XX.
At 10
I
years
can't
old,
say
I did want to play Laser Suit Larry.
I would
know that for a
evaluate
fact.
what
Such a messed
is
up.
morally appropriate
Right.
for my child
At their age.
But
Yes.
see,
But the point is that
at
they
a
do play
younger
the game.
age, that's Nintendo.
But
From the
Nintendo's
very
coming out with
basis.
games like Yoshi's Dreamland
Okay.
and crap like that.
There's
That's not an
games.
actual game, but
They
you
haven't
know,
played
Like-
a Yoshi game in forever.
they
Man.
need to. I'd play that.
Oh yeah.
Call of Duty.
But that's because I like Yoshi.
I would
not
let my
because
kids
I would
play.
let my
What's
kids
better than
Fine.
pooping out eggs?
Honestly, yeah.
I
I
mean,
would.
really.
But I would not
It's
let
not
them
an
play
anime.
Last of Us.
Thanks.
That
I would not.
10, not even 10 minutes into the game, and I never do this. I cried. Not even 10 minutes into that game.
I agree. I cried like a little baby over there. I was sitting
First
here in the dark
cinematic.
and I was like
The first
tears
cinematic.
rolling down my face and I was like, this can't be real.
I have never done that to a game.
Right.
Never.
Because it was so
Don't even
emotional.
have a PlayStation. Haven't even played the game. Watch someone play it on YouTube for like 10 minutes.
Have you-
was bawling my eyes
Have
out.
you seen the video of Seth Rogen playing it?
No.
He cries.
I mean, it's not natural if you don't cry at the beginning of that game.
Oh my god. I'm not going to
play-
spoil
so
anything.
play it
To be
alone.
tested tonight.
It's one of those games where
You have it?
you're like
You
It's
need
so
to
much
play
fun,
it,
too.
Chris.
Oh, okay.
Chris, I think I can get a copy so you can play it because you actually have to play it. If you watch
get
it,
it on
it's a
the
different
PS4?
effect than if
yeah.
you play it.
I mean, and I watched it on my
Alex,
phone, so I mean,
if you
get it-
have to sit, if you sit there and play
have to
it,
do it. Yeah,
Can you get it on PS4?
no.
No.
Oh,
it's like the
that's
scene in
nice.
GTA 5.
But
that
I
used to
think
play.
I can. I think I.
Right, yeah, for the.
I think I know somebody who has a copy that I can borrow.
Not gonna lie, I got to the point in GTA 5 that no spoilers, but that is supposed to be like really rough. Stop playing before I got to it
Why?
because I do not want to do that.
I finished the game.
GTA is probably not your game.
The story.
No. I was fine with everything up to that point. I
Really?
got to the point. I found out where the point of that game is, where it changes to that part of the game. Stop playing.
I wasn't
That is
affected by it.
maturity, in my opinion. That's very mature.
I wasn't affected by it.
I did
played
not want to
it,
do
and
it.
I was like, I've watched a lot of movies that do this. I'm not that affected by it.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, when I watch a movie of it, it's different. Because someone else is doing it. I don't have to...
Right.
Like, it's not me actually
You're not making
doing
it
that.
happen.
Yeah.
We're having like deep psychological talk about video games.
This
Games
is
are
the best
psychological.
thing
This is where it
ever.
goes to, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
The Last of Us and Bioshock Infinite both made me feel
Can I?
I mean,
right
the
in the
Bioshock
soul,
series
man.
just-
Right in the soul.
Can I bring us
Too
back
soon.
home here to
Sure.
the original point, though? Nintendo is not doing anybody any favors, and they're not doing themselves any favors at all by catering to the lowest of the low in age-wise here, because they're not even buying those games anymore.
Right.
Here's basically what we have. Nintendo has already announced that the Wii U failed. They know
Yeah.
it failed.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So if they're gonna do anything with it, might as well take it to the kids.
I will say it every week. When they have a full-fledged RPG Pokemon game, I will buy a Wii U.
But they're not going to do that.
And that's
I'll
what
buy-
they need to do.
I'll buy anything.
That's
they
not.
Do then.
They're not gonna
Yeah.
do that.
If it's
They're gonna try and pull a Virtual Boy,
Yeah.
get rid of the Wii U, for the most part,
Mm-hmm.
and come out with another system.
But the thing was, the
That's
Virtual Boy
what
was not their
happens.
main
Do that,
system.
though. Didn't they just come out with the Wii U not too long ago?
Maybe a
A
year and a half
year.
ago.
Yeah.
A year.
No. That would literally be putting the controller to your head and pulling the trigger.
Yep. Yeah.
The Wii U, the
Putting- that's
Wii
a
U
good.
is
I
not
like that.
set up
Putting the
to
controller
make
to
the
your head.
games that
This guy should be here
we
every
want
week.
to play.
Right.
The Wii U is not set up for that, and they're going to have to start from a different point.
There are some games that are good on the Wii U. They're just not. They're not worth paying $250 to buy
Yeah.
this.
And this is not to say
Yeah.
that Nintendo can't make games for kids. This is just saying that they don't need to be exclusively making games for kids.
Or like I said with the Modern Warfare, stop dropping the rating down. If you're going to put out a game,
Yeah.
put out the original game.
Stop doing that. Also, stop. Build up your developer relations.
See,
Yeah.
EA has come out multiple times saying they do not want to
work.
make games for your system. That's not good.
Yeah. I mean, EA, they
EA's
put out
huge.
they put out like what, 50 games a year?
The last EA game
How
I
much?
think they put out for the Wii U was Mass Effect 3.
Which I'm surprised. Did they
Which-
drop the rating? Or
No,
they keep it
no,
mature?
they kept it. The only reason they dropped the rating for the original Wii was because the graphics were low,
Oh, okay.
and you really.
I mean, there wouldn't have been a reason for
That
it.
makes
Right.
sense.
Right.
But-
But Mass Effect 3 was rated M, and it was the full-fledged game, and it has some really cool features. It's
The
just
graphics
EA
are-
had a hard time getting that game out for the Wii U.
I mean, yeah, it's a huge game. It's
Right.
2 disc.
Well,
It's a double disc game.
Well, not for the Wii U and not for the PS3.
It was single disc for you guys?
Again, though,
it's not
well, yeah.
that the Wii U is a bad system.
No, it's not.
It's a good
It's a
system.
very
It's
nice
just the
generation
games are
to
what's
age.
lacking.
It's just not what everybody is expecting.
Right.
They're looking for something else entirely.
They're like the 90s Disney of video games. They're the wholesome,
Right.
and then everyone's going to
Mickey
Universal.
Mouse
They're going to
Clubhouse.
Xbox.
Right.
Yeah. They're going to Xbox.
I've
They're
heard the
going to-
new Mario game's really fun. And
I'm
Yeah,
sure it
I mean,
is.
The one where you can pick up a cat? No,
yeah,
thank you.
I've heard it's
No.
really good, but
Yeah,
I mean,
that cat killed it
they've
for me.
they've shown off a lot of cool things for the Wii U that makes me want to buy a Wii U because I like Nintendo. I mean,
What are you doing?
that's where I'm coming
Yeah,
from.
I
And that's
understand
where
the
they're
loyalty.
making money.
Yeah.
Is people who want Nintendo, but they're also losing money to the people who want to buy a Wii U, but they're just like these other systems are so much better.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Nintendo
go
would
with that.
do they would do well to do a demographic study of video games. What people are buying and who are they buying?
I'm sure they have.
I mean, all you gotta do is look at Grand Theft Auto sales.
Yeah. But at the same
Well,
time,
they don't
$4 billion
want
in
that
a month?
because
Yeah,
here's the
exactly.
thing: there's a lot of parents out there that are thinking to themselves, "Nintendo is the family-friendly console maker." Right?
Yeah.
Because when I worked at GameStop, I remember a lot of families coming in and
That's
be like,
what I always think.
because they're like, "Oh, the new Super Luigi U is coming
Yeah.
out." Because last year was the year of Luigi.
my question though is how many of those people are actually buying systems in general?
They already bought the system.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean they lost a lot of sales and
All right, and then our last news story of the day. We're going to finish up with the Gears of War rights were acquired by Microsoft. Chris, why are you standing up?
I was just gonna wait until you said something about it, honestly.
Okay. The development duties are being handed over to Black Tusk Studios from, what was the original?
Epic Games.
Epic Games, that is who they are. Cliffy B Cliff Blazinski, the outspoken game developer. And his comments on it are pretty much just, this pretty much confirms that it's not coming to the PS4 ever.
Pretty much, yeah.
Houston, you're a huge Xbox guy. You like Gears of War.
I do.
What do you think of this?
I mean, it's not like it wasn't exclusive before, but, I mean, it was exclusive, right?
Yeah, it was. Well,
I mean...
first two were on PC, wereren't they?
Yeah,
or just the first one?
The first one, I think.
But Houston is thinking,
haha, suckers!
Yeah. I actually, on my list here, I wrote, haha, sorry, PS4 players. I mean, it's a great series. I wish that, Microsoft would be smart enough to put it for PlayStation also, make it a cross-console thing. That way you guys could experience it, because it's a wonderful piece of game.
Yeah.
All of them. But
I kind of like how it should stay Microsoft, because they both need their own exclusive games. Like,
yes,
Microsoft will never get Infamous.
And they will never get
and
Resistance.
I'm okay with that. Well, Resistance, I wish that game would start back up. I love Resistance.
Alex is one of the few people you will ever talk to.
There's a lot of people who like Resistance.
I knew who's going to deny that. Who love the Resistance series.
You never played the Resistance.
I did play it.
You played the multiplayer.
No, you only played through the story. Not all the way through. We played it once.
You gotta play
it. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't bad.
It's a great.
It wasn't notable for me though.
I mean, Xbox had Halo. Now you guys might get to experience Halo if they bring it out for
What?
PlayStation. What?
That will offend me if they do that.
They won't.
Halo?
They won't.
It's 343 now. It's no longer owned by Microsoft.
I know.
It wouldn't surprise me if they do.
That's just...
that would be
Nah,
weird.
I don't
If
think it will.
That would
Microsoft does
feel
that,
wrong.
It would feel wrong.
It would feel wrong.
But it's
Yeah.
probably not going to be.
It's probably not going to come to PS4. That's why Bungie.
They might.
That's why Bungie's doing Destiny, which is coming to PS4,
Wait,
and that's why it's being promoted.
I'm
Oh
excited
yeah,
about
yeah.
Destiny.
Well, I mean, Halo, like I said, it's no longer owned.
Right.
It used to, when it was under Bungie, it was owned by Microsoft. Then Bungie got
I don't
out.
know.
343 is still owned by Microsoft. Never mind.
Yeah, I thought
It'll continue to be exclusive.
That's
Destiny.
why I was
My
excited
bad.
about Destiny. Besides the trailer that was Bungie, and hopefully there will be the quality of game
as Halo.
as Halo.
I mean-
it will be as quality a game as Halo. But again, it would just feel wrong if they brought
mean,
Halo
yeah.
to PlayStation.
Like I said, it
think
would
that
not
would hurt
surprise me if they do
everyone.
at some point.
Mm.
I mean, everyone would want to play it. I mean, that way. I mean, Halo's accessible at
That's
that point.
Mm.
It's all fair play.
To a Sony fanboy, that would be like an American watching the Soviet Union
feel
fall. Your
different.
enemy has been destroyed, but at the same time, you kind of miss having an enemy. Halo,
I mean, Halo is the rival for PlayStation.
yeah.
It's one of the reasons that I bought Xboxes instead of PlayStations.
I mean, that's one of the few reasons that I would go for an Xbox One.
I never got into Halo.
That's good.
I mean, it's not that. Sure, I kind of still am a Sony guy. I
Still,
like Sony.
kinda. You should hear him in the car, ladies and gentlemen.
I love Sony, but I mean, I like Xbox and Microsoft
are
too.
you wearing your PlayStation hoodie right now?
Yes.
Not the point.
Not the point. I'm excited for Titanfall. I think Titanfall is going to be an awesome game.
Oh, it's gonna be amazing.
I'm interested to see how it turns out.
But
I've got.
I never got into Halo.
It looks cool.
I just something about it just never.
I was never good at it.
Never clicked with me.
For me, Halo was great
See,
until Halo 4. Personally, for me, Halo 4 was a bit of a letdown.
What was so bad about it?
Spoilers.
No
How long
spoilers.
did it
Just
come out?
what was bad about it.
They
Like I mean, kind of
story-wise,
story.
it was not.
So is it just story?
The way that the story was concluded was not
Not
what I
gameplay,
believe
nothing like
would
that?
have been.
Ah.
No, gameplay was fine. It was actually, for me, it was a lot tougher than all the prior games.
Mhm.
Even though I was playing on a low setting, it was still tough.
Cool.
I always do that. First playthrough of a game, I never play it on hard or legendary.
Yeah.
I played either normal or easy.
That's
First
what I
playthrough.
do.
That way I can
I
get a
thought you
feel
did
for the
normal.
game, get a feel for the story.
Right.
Then I go back and try and do my run-throughs of it,
Your-
hardcores.
Right.
So when I first played through it, I played through it on easy, and it felt like I was playing through on hard.
Really.
Wow.
For me anyway, because there were a lot more. The enemies were a lot more.
Right.
Like there were a lot more enemies, and they were a lot tougher. Like,
Mm-hmm.
not to get into territory that we can't really discuss.
Spoiler.
Yeah. But like, there's two factions, other than your faction,
Sure.
and at one point, all three are in the same building, basically. So you're getting shot by two sets of people, like
Yeah.
two different. Normally, like Halo, it would have been you're fighting one army.
Mhm.
Well, at this point, you're fighting two armies at the same time, while also trying to dodge fire from them fighting each other.
Right.
Wow.
So there's things that can kill you floating and flying everywhere.
There was one game that was just like that released recently that I can't remember what it was. That was just like that, and it was so annoying.
It reminds me.
I'd get shot out of nowhere, and I'd be like,
Yeah, you'd be like, which
"Who shot me?"
I don't even know where that came from.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like the gameplay was great. I enjoyed it.
Oh, that's good.
But just the way that they
So, do you think it's in good
concluded
hands?
that arc. 343, I think they'll do a good job.
Right.
I mean, they did. The only thing I
did
wasn't
Halo
proud
4.
of they did. Yeah, they did Halo 4, which I mean, like I said, wasn't really proud of
Right.
the story arc for that. But what they've done with the franchise so far with Halo 4, I think it's a decent direction.
Mm.
But personally, I don't think Bungie is going to be able to be replaced in that
Right.
aspect.
Right.
Like, Joseph Staten was the best writer I think I've seen for a video game in a long time.
That's why I'm kind of anticipating Bungie. Not Bungie. That's why I'm kind of anticipating Destiny.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, even though it is a multiplayer game, it does have a lot of story elements to it.
Yeah.
And I
So-
think
Well,
that's the thing that needs to be done from a multiplayer to single player aspect is have the story actually be in the multiplayer.
Right.
Have it not being like a Call of Duty where you've got a map. Okay, we're just gonna go to Nuketown and shoot stuff. There's an actual story for the multiplayer.
Right.
It's built into your main line.
I've always kind of liked that.
You have the trailers.
Mhm.
They show you a story.
Right.
So I'm sure.
So there I'm sure there will be some
Yeah.
sort of story.
Those are really good trailers.
Destiny
too.
is
Some of the best
amazing.
trailers. You know, it's funny. You talk about stories. One game I'm really excited about, and I haven't heard that it's been canceled yet. Wolfenstein.
3D or the new one.
Yeah, the new one coming out. That one.
They've got the promo boxes in stores. So
Future Nazis. What is not cool about that?
it's mech Nazis too.
I know. That will be one game I pre-order, and then the other game. I don't know why this turned into what games Logan's excited about. I'm excited about Destiny, Wolfenstein, and what's that Ubisoft game? The Division.
Oh,
The Division.
The
The
Division.
Division looks
The new-
really
is that
good.
Tom Clancy's new game.
Yep.
It looks
Well,
amazing.
Tom Clancy's dead.
Well, I mean, it's
But-
Tom
That was a
Clancy.
sad
It's the Tom
Division.
Clancy series.
Yeah, it was a sad day.
When did he die?
The last year.
This past year.
Yeah. Couple,
Um,
probably 3 or 4 months
October,
ago.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty recently.
One of the
Same month as Margaret Thatcher.
Yeah, one of the things that I noticed
Lady
in the Destiny trailers was that it was a lot like No Man's Sky. I kind of realized that.
No Man's Sky.
You can fly to the moon in that
Right.
game, like
Yep.
straight up. Speaking of No Man's Sky, actually, segue. They
Yes.
decided that they weren't going to postpone after their building flooded.
Good.
They said the game might seem a little soggy, but they're going to patch it. And they're going to keep that release date, and if they need to do a patch, then they'll do a patch. But they're not pushing it back.
That's awesome.
That's
I'm really stoked for that.
I am too.
Those-
It's going to be great.
I wasn't.
those guys are devoted.
I wasn't impressed.
Oh,
yeah.
It's not my kind of game, though.
Right now, they said they're looking for either a new office space or some other developer's going to let them use theirs if they want. But they were talking about actually going back to the flooded building and finishing the game there.
Where it started.
Where
Yeah.
it started. I mean, that game is so ambitious, so
Dude,
cool.
If they can do it,
Mm-hmm.
it's
It's going to be beautiful.
yeah.
And this launches for.
Will Destiny do it better? Yes.
Yes.
It'll be prettier, but
Maybe it's a winning
No Man's
concept, not
Sky,
a winning
man.
game. And maybe
Well,
they'll
the
take their-
thing is with Destiny, you get to customize your character.
Yeah.
there's
I haven't really seen anything. From
And it's
that.
produced by a company with years of experience.
WildStar. It's a new MMO
Oh
coming out.
yeah.
It's the most customizable game I've ever
What
seen.
is,
It
what's
is
that about?
wild.
It's WildStar.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's like a science fiction-y fantasy type game. Looks a lot like World of Warcraft.
It's okay. It's being labeled as a science fiction Western game.
So
Is
it's
it like
Firefly.
steampunk?
It's
pretty much.
or-
Yeah.
No.
Firefly.
It's Fireflies.
That's
The Order
awesome.
1886 is another game I'm excited about.
So it's like you have all these different classes and everything, and it's like all these wild and colorful personalities
Some of
and
them's like
people. And
it's like anime looking sometimes. Like some of the
Yeah.
characters have ears, like
I
bunny
mean,
ears and cat ears and
it's
stuff.
crazy.
And you can change everything, like colors of outfits, parts of outfits. You build your own house.
Now-
It's like Minecraft with a definite story, massively multiplayer online, and you kill stuff.
Boom.
Can there be a better game out there?
Destiny.
Very true. Very true.
All right, well, let's wrap this up. This has been the College Gamer Podcast, episode 14. As always, I'm your host, Alex Tudor. Hope you come around, listen to us next week when we talk about more news and stuff, and maybe we'll have that video YouTube channel going on.
Maybe.
As always, as I said, I'm Alex Tudor, and this week we have Chris Harkins.
Bye-bye.
Houston Miller.
Until next time.
And Will Powell.
See ya.
And Logan Sowers.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
And we'll see you next week.